UNRWA, the UN's Palestinian-only refugee agency, has come under the spotlight lately with revelations that several of its employees participated in Hamas's October 7th massacre, and the agency coming under fire again here at the Capitol on Monday afternoon in a subcommittee meeting of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. The consensus is that UNRWA has failed in every imaginable way. The only difference of opinions is what to do with it next. The chair of the subcommittee on accountability and oversight, Brian Mast, spoke with us after the meeting, telling us UNRWA has got to go.
A number of takeaways from the hearing. Left, right, center, everybody is of the mindset that UNRWA absolutely did unconscionable things. Has certainly a large percentage of their employees that are either a part of Hamas or some terrorist organization, or support Hamas or some other terrorist organization. These are things that were not disputed in there, but what's in dispute, amazingly, is that you still have people that will say, yes, I can't defend Hamas, but I'm still going to find a way to show support for UNRWA. Yes, I can't defend UNRWA, but I'm still going to find a way to show support for UNRWA, and that cannot be the way forward for Europe, for America, for the Middle East, for anybody.
Notably, Brian Mast, a former IDF volunteer himself, he floated a bill on Monday that would defund and disband UNRWA and replace it with the broader United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, which handles refugees from all over the world other than the Palestinians. Now, a separate bill was filed on Monday by Representative Chris Smith, another Republican. He wants to disband UNRWA completely, though unsure exactly what to replace it with.
We are going to replace it. There's no doubt about it. Our bill says it's about time we pivoted and realized that UNRWA is committing wholesale child abuse against Palestinian youth. It's teaching them to hate every single day. There's no doubt we will get to a way of providing food, clothing, and shelter, and education, basic education that is free of anti-Semitism.
Also in that subcommittee meeting on Monday afternoon was Josh Gottheimer, a moderate pro-Israel Democrat who's among a growing number in that particular wing of the party to call for the defunding of UNRWA. We asked him what exactly changed his mind and those of his colleagues on the Democratic side who have held out on defunding UNRWA for so long.
October 7th changed everything, number one. Number two is I think there's overwhelming evidence that UNRWA is clearly flawed to the core, that it isn't just a couple bad apples, that it is a systemic issue. And so I think what you're going to see a bipartisan group of people say that, listen, it's important to make sure that there's humanitarian aid and that people get an education, but there's other agencies to handle that, and that it's time for UNRWA to disappear.
Several witnesses also testifying at the subcommittee hearing on Monday. Some of them say that UNRWA can simply be replaced by the alphabet soup of other UN organizations operating in the area, whether it be the World Food Program or UNICEF, the Children's Fund. Other witnesses saying now is not the time to defund UNRWA in the midst of a humanitarian crisis, even though their faults are quite evident at this point in time, to say the least.